allowing them to feel their feelings. And I think that's what's happened a lot of times with males. Same with females. Females are not allowed to be angry. And I think anger should be embraced by both genders.
So what is your best advice to help parents raise boys who really love and respect women?
Well, I'll start on this. I would say that we live in a difficult time for raising children in general, both boys and girls. But in raising boys in 100% media-saturated culture, it's very difficult to give them a well-rounded view of what women are really like, because they're fed certain images of women by the culture. The violence of video games, the violence of a lot of the music, all of these things make it difficult, I think, for parents. So I would say talk honestly with your boys about any subject that comes up. Teach them to respect themselves, and more importantly, to respect yourself as you raise your children, expecting them to treat people as they would want to be treated, and giving them a golden rule mentality, being true to your word, and then not using words like sissy, not gay bashing, allowing them to see people that are different than you, different than your family, different than maybe their friends or people that they're around. Allow them to experience a wide variety of people. And that's, I think, one of the most important things you could do. And then also to allow them to experience love.
You know, I'm thinking when I grew up, my role models were not very good. So when I hear that question, I would say if the parents can really be the role models and show it, because I think that really is the best way you learn.
I agree with you. I do. The thing is that gets a little confusing is sometimes in youth, you're still not clear of who you are, and you enter in a marriage and you lose yourself. And then you begin to raise children, and there's a little bit of maybe a power struggle or a loss of self there, and then you have these babies coming up. And the best thing I think you can do is honor each gender and teach love and compassion, and allow your boys to stay connected to their head, to their heart, and not let it go to their head, and to understand and have patience with them rather than saying things like, get over it, toughen up. Allowing them to feel their feelings. And I think that's what's happened a lot of times with males. Same with females. Females are not allowed to be angry. And I think anger should be embraced by both genders and rise with that.
Well, I like what all of you have said. There's, in the realm of men are from Mars, women are from Venus, how men and women are different. A little boy learns who he is through his father primarily, and he discovers his power through his mother, which is if he sees his father making his mother happy, or she sees, some divorce is so common today, and how a woman treats her ex-husband is very important to that little boy. And how she treats herself is very important to that little boy, because if she's not creating relationships in her life with adults to fulfill her adult needs, a little boy goes, Mom's not happy, it's my job to make her happy. And so this can really cause a lot of trouble for boys. Either they bond too much to their female side because they just want to be not like dad because mom doesn't like dad. He has no room to see how to be a man. He needs that image. When we're babies, we all learn to walk by watching our parents walk, but we crawl. Okay, crawling is actually the intention to walk, but the body has to develop certain muscles and so forth to get there. And our intention as little boys is to be like our fathers. But if our father is missing, or a positive image of our father is missing, he has nowhere to move. So we see today as boys becoming overly feminized and not grounded in their masculinity. They're actually hitting puberty in some parts of the country 2 years late. They're basically having real problems with motivation. They're overweight. They're addicted to video games. And the girls are all excelling in terms of 2 girls to every boy graduating from high school, 2 girls to every boy in almost every college graduating from college than boys. This is a social crisis. And I'm not going to put it all on unhappy mothers, but it's also fathers who weren't there to make their mother happy. We really need relationship skills, and the most important thing we can give a child. I mean, I don't care whether you spank your kids or not, although I'm not into punishing and all that stuff. I use other techniques to discipline my children. But that's all minor compared to how does mother treat father and how does father treat mother. And that's how boys learn to respect women.
This is a great discussion. I really thank you guys. As a mother of a son, I think that every one of us needs to understand what really matters, which is the balance of the male and the female energy and bringing them back together. So if you're watching and you're raising sons on your own, whether you have a partner or not, just know you don't have to do it by yourself. If you have questions, these guys can help.